we'll try to click on an apartment here. You can sometimes see the split level aircon right in the photos. Let's see here. Oh, those are nice photos, by the way. Oh, there's the aircon. This is a window aircon, although it's below the window. It looks like it's still one of those noisy air conditioners. Let's see if we can find another one here that has split level, so you know what to look for. Let's take a look at this one. And oh, there's the window aircon up in the corner there. Sometimes they try to hide it because it's not a selling point when they have these noisy air conditioners in the apartment. Yeah, see, they don't even have a picture of it. Let's go down to, let's see, there's some apartments that I do know. Okay, there we go. This one has a split level. You can see it up in the ceiling here, and it has the condenser sometimes, well, usually outside on the balcony here on the other side of a cement wall, so it's very quiet. Yeah, that's a split level aircon. It says whisper quiet. And then this one obviously has a Windows air type here. I can see right there. Actually, I've stayed in this apartment, and it's a great location, but super noisy aircon. It's like a motorcycle. Don't recommend it. And the second thing you should go for, or ask the landlord, is the internet speed. What you do is you open up the listing. I don't recommend this listing. One with a split level aircon. Here we go. This has a picture of a split level aircon. You can see it up in the corner there. And what you do is you scroll down to towards the end here, and it will be contact host. So you click on this, and then you sign into your Airbnb account, and you can just send a message to the host, and you say, how fast is your internet? Sometimes if the internet speed is really a selling point, they will include it in the listing description. Let's see if this guy has it. I don't see it here. But that's a very easy thing to do. Just send them a message. This is $58 a night. Just send them a message, and if you want to see if the booking is available, you don't have to look too far. You can just click on the dates here, and you can see from October 22nd it's available, and in November all the dates are open. So when you make a selection here, for example a week, you won't need to make a booking. You can just send an inquiry. Just select the dates here first, and then scroll down to the bottom, because then the host knows what dates you're interested in. Don't click on the reserve button, just click the contact host, and then you'll be asked to log in, and then along with the message, for example, what is the speed of the internet, do you have split level aircon, those two questions I always ask. You can, the host, he will receive a date of the nights you're interested in possibly booking. And what you also should look for is the long stay discount. Usually hosts are encouraged to give a discount for longer than 7 days. Sometimes they even have monthly discounts. So when you do pull up the calendar here and you look at the rates, always try to make a booking inquiry for longer than 7 days, so you can take advantage of the weekly booking rate. Let's see if this guy has a monthly discount. So I'll choose check-in date of November 3rd and the checkout date of, say, December 3rd. Let's see if he has a monthly discount. Yeah, well, yes, there is a long-term discount here, yes. So you see, you almost get you are getting a 10% discount here for stays longer than 30 days. So you should make sure you always check both depending on how long you really want to stay, make sure you check the weekly discount and also the monthly discount. And of course there's no extra charges here. You get your all your utility covered, but of course don't abuse the host. Don't start leaving the aircon on 24 hours a day and he gets a huge electricity bill at the end of your stay, because the host will give a rating to you as a guest, as well as the guests giving a rating to the host. So you try to be on your best behavior. Make sure you turn off the aircon when you go outside of the apartment during the day, or whenever you don't need to have the full cold air of the aircon, you turn it off or turn it lower. And you can raise the temperature with the thermostat to, maybe 25 degrees. That's what I usually like, 25 to 26 degrees. I don't like it super cold. So those are the two things I recommend when you contact the Airbnb host. Ask for the actual speed of the internet and also the air condition, whether it's split level or windows type. I highly recommend Legaspi Village. That's my favorite area and the best area in my opinion to live in Makati. Not only do you have lots of choices in Western style apartments, but you're living walking distance to all the entertainment, to all the shops, Glorietta, SM Mall, etc., etc. You never ever need to take taxi. You can walk to the parks. There's Ayala Triangle Gardens and there's Legaspi Park here. Everything is in one little bubble. I only take taxi when I go to the airport. So there you go. That's my favorite area. You see it highlighted on the map here, Legaspi Village. Thumbs up. So in this video we're going to talk all about apartments and what it costs. We're going to walk you around the listings or the apartments I've actually lived in, and we're going to talk a little bit about costs, etc. And one of the biggest single factors in calculating your living costs anywhere in the world is the cost for accommodation. And in Makati, there is the downtown city Makati area and the outside area. And as you can see, the average one-bedroom apartment rental per month is about 38,000 pesos. And that's quite reasonable. I've lived in apartments that cost 30,000 pesos per month and as high as 45,000 pesos per month, so that's right in the middle. And of course this will be a little bit cheaper. The studio apartment I lived in and I paid per month was 30,000 pesos. That's about $600 US per month. So that's quite, reasonable compared to American prices or Western prices. But it is one of the biggest single costs when you're living anywhere in the world, the apartment or the house where you're staying. So we're going to look at the options for accommodation, both long-term and short-term. I used to stay in hotels when I first came to Makati, and that gets expensive very quickly. And of course, as you know, hotels are small and they have a hotel feeling. Although the internet and utilities are included, you don't know what kind of speed the internet is. When I used to stay in something called the Tower Inn in Makati, it's about $47 per night. The internet was very off and on, and I had to go to the lobby in the hotel to kind of get a solid signal, and even then the speed was not great. Thankfully that's many years ago, but that's when I first started going to Makati. And if you still, they're still there. If you still want a quick in and out hotel or medium price, it's like a business hotel, you can still go there. It's right next to the big Greenbelt Mall and the Greenbelt Park area. So it's a good location. And of course, if you want high end, you can go to Hotel Raffles. I think it's it's over $200 a night, and then you got New World over $100 a night. I haven't stayed any of those places. That's just out of my how much I want to pay for a daily accommodation. So if I was to pick a hotel, I'd go back to Tower Inn. It's always been good for me. But nowadays, since Airbnb came along, I would never ever stay in a hotel ever again. I only would stay in Airbnb, and if you look at the prices here, they are around anywhere from $27 a night up to $52 a night in the Legaspi area here. Let me show you where the Legaspi area is. It's bordering IL Avenue, which is the downtown Makati business district, and it sort of curls around Greenbelt Park and the malls next to Greenbelt Park, like SM Mall and several other malls there. But the residential area kind of is on the left here, this area here, and there's lots of good deals there. And that's where I would recommend any expat going to Makati to stay, because it's within walking distance to all the interesting meeting spots for meeting single Filipinas. It's next to all the great shops. It's next to all the great grocery stores. There are several there. There's some health food store. I wouldn't go anywhere else because you don't even need taxi. If you're located in Legaspi Village, you have an apartment, you just walk over. It's a 5 to 10 minute walk, depending on where you are in Legaspi Village, to Greenbelt Park. And if you walk beyond Greenbelt Park, you have all the big malls. There's always something going on, and you'll never, this little pocket is clean, it's safe, you can walk any time of the day and night. Highly recommended. But there is another area which is also very nice. It's called Salcedo Village, this little pocket over here, and it has similar prices, but it's a little more crowded and not quite as clean. There is a park there. I mean, it's still clean, but it's not as super clean like Legaspi Village. They have some excellent newly renovated parks here. So let's see if I can bring it up. They have some newly renovated parks here. Called Washington Sissa Park and Greenbelt Park. The label is not showing. Oh yeah, the Legaspi Active Park. These two parks here are excellent for strolling and even jogging, exercising, doing Tai Chi, whatever. And all the buildings around these two parks here are fantastic location for living. You can just walk to the park, and then when you want to get some groceries, you just walk right across here to Greenbelt 1. If you want to have some Western food, you just go into the mall here. There are tons, probably hundreds of restaurants around Greenbelt Park here. And a little note on the split level or loft apartments. They look sexy in the picture, but when I got one of those, I stayed in one of those one time. You get tired of walking up and down each time you want to go to the bedroom. Here's one. They are very nice to look at, but boy, it gets old very quickly when you start going up and down these stairs. Let's see, this one is very nice. I know this one. I've been in this building many times. See there, the bed is on the top there, and there's a bathroom as well. So it kind of makes your whole apartment look much smaller than it really is, because you don't see the bedroom area. So that's another tip. Stay away from the dual floor apartments.